really cool and it's really interesting. In fact, I work in a company that develops software, so I shouldn't be hating programming since it's about my work. Okay, I don't sell programming and codes, I sell a platform, but at the end, it's, somebody was developing with codes and yeah, that's life. So
What
let's
is
finally
the
start.
the
I'm
company that you
sorry?
work?
The name of my company?
Yeah.
It's called NDD Tech, and it's
I think
placed in Lages, Santa Catarina.
I think I know this name. I
Really?
think.
Where are you
Yes.
from?
I am from São Bernardo, São Paulo.
Okay, okay. We have people working in there as well. I am located in Goiânia, Goiás, and I work from home. But we're really spread. We're everywhere. So that's really nice. Um, but let's finally start the conversation. Today we're talking about something really unusual in here, my immersions, which is actually it's not that unusual because I like to talk about social inequalities. But let's go, with question number one. Why are billionaires investing in luxury bunkers while the rest of society faces growing inequality? Why do you think so, Juliano? Can you hear me?
I was muted. Sorry. Yes, I can hear you. I'm not sure about the answer, but maybe because they have a lot of money and probably they spent a lot of money with the things that we that does don't have money yet, would spend. So now I think they are spending money with the usual things, just that because things that we usually do, usually would do, I think they already have, they already did. So they're trying find out new things, to spend money.
Yeah, and they're trying actually to live more. If
Yeah,
something happens, they're really afraid they're gonna lose their money and all the resources, all the things they've built in life. And they just want to keep living and being rich. They don't want to lose everything just because the world is in collapse, just because nature is dying and global warming is taking, everyone and everything. And they just think they could live without, us. Us, when I say it's, society, because the majority of us are poor people. We have no money, we have no house, you know.
yeah.
The majority of us don't even have a health plan to account all our diseases. So that's life. Question number two. Is it ethical to prepare for global collapse in private while ignoring collective solutions? I mean, if I was rich, I don't know if I would, care about everyone. But at the same time, I don't know. I wouldn't invest in something so private like a space in case of the world was ending. But I really don't know because rich people, they're different. They live in a different
Uh,
world. But I wouldn't think I would change my mind when it comes to social issues. But what is your answer, Juliana? Would you prepare? Is it ethical for you?
I don't know, depends because I think if they do or make a bunker, I think a bunker it's not. I think bunker is ethical. I think I think it doesn't have a problem make a bunker, but depends. For example, like the people did pandemic. People went to the mall and bought a lot of things, and uh, I forgot the name. Like keep the things, in their house, a lot of things in their house. Like that, that is a better name to talk about, but I don't remember. So they, keep a lot of products in their houses. I think this is not good, because in a situation like that, it can really prejudice other people. But I think if they just make a bunker, put something there to keep, but just few things and it will not prejudice other people. I think it's not something that is not ethical. I think it's ethical,
Yeah, I think so. But at the same time, I don't know. Like nowadays, if there's nothing imminent, like if nothing is happening and you're keeping things from you, okay, but let's suppose something is ending and you buy everything just for you and you let people without it. That's not a good thing for me. Um, but I really don't know how their minds works. Like they have kids, they have family, and I think sometimes they just want to buy everything for them to be okay. I mean, if I had a kid, I would do everything for my kid, even for my dog, if the world was ending and my dog was in needing of something, I don't know, some pharmacy, some medicine, some specific food, I would keep everything, for me.
Yeah.
I would buy everything. I would take my dog anywhere to get this if I could. So at the same time, I think when we care about something more, when you have somebody to look after, maybe, I don't know, it's weird the way our mind works. Do you have kids, Juliano, or not yet?
Not yet. I am just 22.
Okay. I'm 23. I don't want
Really?
to have kids. Yeah, really. Yes. Do I look like an old people for you?
No, no, because your English is very, very, very good. Very, very good. So I usually think that I taught you speak in English like 10 years. Because you speak it very
Oh,
well.
thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Julian. And you
Are,
speak
are
very well. It's something that we have in common.
oh,
But let's
thanks.
go to, yeah, you're welcome. Question number 3. What does it say about society when the richest prepare to survive and the poorest are left behind? I mean, this question it's about, how can we live like that while some people are building infrastructure to live after the apocalypse, and while the majority of us don't even have a place to live that we can call this is my place because we need to pay rent every other month. So, how can we live like that? Sometimes I think about it like, oh, they should, I don't know, share something with us. I do agree with the taxes and that we are, politicians are trying to approve this to tax the richest people. I do agree because, if they have a lot of money, that's not that's not fair, because the more they have money, the more they can get. The more they're rich, the more richer they are during the time. And it doesn't happen with us. I just hate it. I just
Yeah.
don't like it. What do you think so?
I get your point because this question is very, very deep for me because it looks like a movie, and always when happens apocalypse, something like that in a movie, the people that are more famous, rich, or have more knowledge always have a lot of privileges, and the poor people, try escape, you win, but it's always impossible a lot of times, because a lot of film that I watched about zombies, for example, is like that, the main character or the main family always won because the main character have a lot of knowledge. I was thinking here about a movie. I don't remember I think it's War Z, Guerra Mundial Z. I don't know the name in English. Is from Brad Pitt, and in this movie, uh, they have a lot of privilege because he have a lot of knowledge about the science, and the people try uh, save him because he can help other people, but a lot of other people that are poor or don't have a lot of knowledge, the people, you know doesn't care, so the people don't care about them, so it's very hard because a lot of times when you're talking about money and knowledge, it always brings a lot of privilege.
Yeah, yeah, indeed. I was thinking about a movie called A Quiet Place. Do you know the movie?
Yes, yes, it's very
I
good.
mean, I think in that movie specifically, there was no inequality, I guess. I mean, the people
Yeah,
who were in the water, okay. The people who had, things to be in the water. But then everyone was dying. I think that is fair.
yeah,
Even people with helicopter, they were, jumping and the machines. That was very crazy for me and very scary. But I just love that. A Quiet Place, especially day one, which is the newest. It's my favorite one
it's perfect.
forever. Yeah,
It's
I
perfect.
cried so much. I still cried because of the fucking cat. I was just all
Yeah,
the time afraid of the cat dying. And then I was like, no. But in the end, the cat haven't died. And you know, I was so fine about it. But then the girl was killed because she saved the cat. And I was like, no, you shouldn't be. And I just couldn't process everything. Still now that if I keep talking about the movie, I will cry. So let's go to question number four. Um, should governments regulate or ban private bunkers for the ultra wealthy population? I mean, should it be okay for some people to have all the resources to live in case the world was ending, while the majority of us wouldn't have it? For me, I think that's not fair because if I was rich and I was building something and then somebody was saying like, "Oh, this is illegal," even though everything was okay, I think it would bother me a lot. I confess, because it's my life, it's my money, I can do whatever I want. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't think we should ban private bunkers, but we should try to. I mean, I wouldn't even say that we should try to make private bunkers for, us poor people because we don't even have to get a house, a single house, a car,
yeah,
a job sometimes. How can we
yeah.
have a bunker? That sounds really impossible. So I don't think they should regulate. I mean, I think they should actually, but that's not my, I'm not completely sure about my answer. What is yours, Julian?
I get your point. I think it's not a problem to have bankers, but I think it's important the government, help people that don't have this possibility, because I think we pay a lot of tax. So I think it's important the government help us when some situations like that happen, so because they have the money to do it, maybe they can't make a bank for everybody, but maybe they can, build a big big, something to help the people if some situation like that happens, maybe not with uh structure, but with foods or something like that, but I think they will never do it, but
Yeah,
I think they could do.
even, because nowadays, if we think about food, we have so much food, but they're not distributed to people. What I mean is, we as a country produce so many types of food, so many, we can do whatever we want, we can blend, we can, prepare everything, but we don't get to access that. So if we're struggling accessing food, how can we think about a time or a situation in which they would give us food in case the world was ending? For me, that doesn't, it doesn't make any sense in my mind because, I mean, they should be trying to stop global warming. They should trying to be preserving what we have, but they're not. And I don't say just about our country, but the world in general. So I really don't know. I think we shouldn't be caring about bunkers. We should be struggling about, the nature, the
Yeah,
environment, how to make things better, how to, stop making so much devastation and destruction. But we're caring about bunkers because we want to keep doing things in our rhythm. We don't respect nature. So
yeah,
that's really weird for me to think like that.
yes, I
If
agree with
we,
you.
yeah, if the richest ones hire some people to kill, the ones who are devastating things, I think it would be better. Like a company,
Yeah,
let's kill everyone in that company. And I'm just kidding. This is being recorded. But not kill in the sense of dying, but kill like let's destroy the company, let's stop everything, and I don't know, let's make justice. But they're
something
not doing
just.
it. Yeah, exactly. Let's produce a bomb and then, just let it explode the company like the petroleum ones, the ones who um, produce, uh, I don't know how to say the things that make the car moves. It's how do I say that? I really need that right now. It's a gas, I guess. The thing you put in the car in order to work. Do you know the name, Juliana?
No, I don't know the name.
Just, I need to know this right now. It's fuel. Yeah, actually, it's really complicated to say this word, but it's fuel. Gasoline, alcohol, or ethanol. I don't know. It's fuel. But they
Yeah.
should sometimes eventually stop it. Let's go to the next questions. Juliano, in times of crisis, do you think the ultra rich would share their resources or protect only themselves?
This question is very good because I think ultra rich people, poor people, maybe are gonna have the same behavior. I think in these moments like that, I think the people maybe are gonna have the same behavior that is just um don't share anything. Don't share anything because the people I probably are gonna be scared of. So you will not share. I think all kinds of people in this moment. I think the most people are gonna do it. Of course, some people are gonna share, and this is very interesting because if someone really share, uh, occurs in moments like that, this person is really a good person, because we're talking about crisis, apocalypse, something like that. So I think a lot of them are gonna have the same behavior, maybe.
Yeah. When the pandemic came, we've seen a lot of artists and famous people sharing things. But at the same time, artists, they're not the most rich people in the world. They're not, even close to the ones that have everything. And even though they have a lot of money, they share a little bit, very little. Um,
Yeah,
but it's complicated because they work with image, so they have to. But we're not really claiming for the ones that are CEOs, directors of company. We're not in their house saying like, hey, you should donate something to make the world a better place to live. Instead, we complain with artists like a singer, an actress, an actor. We're like, oh, you should donate your money. You should help this. You should do something about politics. When the companies, they have so much power, when the leaders of companies, they have so many power, so many money. And we're not in there saying like, hey, could you please share something? Could you do something for us? Since you're getting a lot of money from our work, from our hard work, actually. And we just come to the artist like, hey, you have earned a lot of money doing concerts, or you were in Globe, doing a novella, so you should give your money to us. I don't know. That's some complicated thing for me. But I do agree that we should share things the most we can to. But I don't know. I don't think they would share. They would just protect themselves. That's my answer.
yeah.
Question number 6. It's building luxury bunkers an act of self-preservation or social abandonment? Abandonment. Yes. What would you choose, Julian?
It's hard because maybe can be the both, it can be the both. It's very hard to choose just one because depends a lot on the person, Because for me, I think the people that make bunkers are just trying spend their monies a different way because they really want to live a lot of different experience, So it can be self-preservation, social abandonment, but can be other things too, just about spending money. Because I'm not rich yet, but maybe one day, if I really be ultra rich and I spend money with all the things possible in the world, I can make maybe make a bunker because I don't have more things to spend money, So sometimes we think, oh, maybe this guy are trying is trying be or do a social abandonment, but maybe it's just a way to spend money.
Yeah. And to secure the generations, to secure the son and the grandson, to have some place to live, to keep. They don't want their legacy to die. It's like, oh, I want to be remembered by everything, by the one who built
Yeah,
everything in order to protect the family, the order of the people. But I think it would be an act of self-preservation for some people. But I do agree with you. I think they're just trying to spend their money in something. It's like a hobby. I don't know, actually. I don't like to judge people, but rich people, I think we are allowed to judge them. We have something that make us able to judge them. So I think they just want to spend their money as well. Question number 7. What are the dangers of allowing extreme wealth to guarantee survival privileges? So I think if we took a time like there's something happening in the world, and then the rich ones come to their bunkers and buy an extreme, level of food of a specific food. Like let's think about Brazil. They buy almost rice and beans, and they take with them entire supermarket to their house. I think that would impact a lot of people, because there's so many things in there, and
Yeah,
I just don't know if they're buying a lot of things. It comes like the demand of the things are higher. And if the demand are higher, usually people make the prices a little bit higher in order to control the demand, I guess. But I don't know how economy would work in a situation like that. I really don't know. Mm, I have no idea actually about the dangers. I mean, I think they're allowing to be somehow they are trying to keep their legacy on, they're trying to be alive, but at the same times basically means that in society only the rich ones are gonna last when it comes to a disaster. I think maybe that's truth. Only the rich ones could survive a disaster in general. Like in pandemic, I don't know how the world worked through it, but I think the richest ones had the better treatment, the better access to resources, and I think that's just life. Even a small thing like I am sick, I need to go to public hospital. SUS or SUS, it's amazing. But if we take some specific areas like the emergency, if I'm sick right now and I need to go to the emergency, usually I will be there for 4 or 5 hours, and sometimes there would be no medication for me, or I have to go to another place and then another place. And if I do some exam, it will take days for me to get the results. So it's not really when it comes to time. We don't have time sometimes because we're dying, we're sick, while the richest ones can go to their amazing hospitals with the most uh, fast procedures and exams and everything. But keep going, Juliano. What do you think about this question? I was traveling in my mind because tomorrow I went to a hospital to make an exam, and they said, no, no, we're gonna call you on WhatsApp a few days after for you to schedule your exam.
yeah,
Because I was there with my papers and then, hey, what is the day that I can plan to go in here and then do the things? And they did, no, 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 wait. We're gonna call you in some day to schedule. And I was like, can we do it right now? It can be next week, next month, maybe October, maybe. But why can't we do it right now in here, the schedule? But it doesn't work sometimes.
yeah. It's very, very bad. But I always quite. I think this fight is very, very, very good because we can talk about a lot of things. Because I was thinking here, maybe depends on the level of the apocalypse or something like that. Because I think money, like I said, I think bring powerful. So when you talk about people that are rich in Brazil, but but I think that of course there are a lot of people that are rich in Brazil, but it doesn't mean that all of these people that are rich are powerful. Because I think just in situation where you have a lot of power, you can really get a lot of privileges when you talk about a big, big apocalypse, you know, because if today, tomorrow happens some kind of apocalypse, I think a lot of rich people are gonna, you know, lost a lot of things too, maybe die because, doesn't have a lot of power. For example, tomorrow are gonna happen a zombie apocalypse, just people very, very powerful are gonna be protected because, there are a lot of people that can protect these peoples in general. But people that are rich but doesn't have that don't have powerful power, you know, can't do anything. So there are situations that poor people and rich people are gonna suffer the same thing, in some situations, not all the situations, because some situation happen for everybody, like the pandemic that we have. A lot of rich people, die, I'm afraid, and a lot of people, poor people, died. So something happened to everybody, but other not. When you're talking about foods, for example, of course, I think rich can store a lot of foods, in their house before happens something bad. But I think after happens something bad, the people that don't have money, just are gonna steal, like the movies, because they have no choice. And the money in this situation, no one care about money more, So I think money is very important before happen some kind of apocalypse, and if you are powerful, because if you're powerful, you can be protected maybe, because scientists in general, a lot of scientists is not rich, but they have a lot of knowledge and they have a little power in situations like pandemic, because people needs needs a scientist to help them find a cure or something like that, you know. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, I was thinking about the military ones as well, the ones that are
Yeah,
in charge. They have a lot of power as well to be
yeah,
organized, to live, to survive together. And people related to the military ones can have a lot of power as well. And
yes, I totally
yes,
agree.
yeah. Question number 8. Do you believe wealthier people should pay more taxes to reduce inequality? Why or why not? Yes, I do think. And when I say wealthier, it's not the one who receives 10, 100 in a month. I always got confused about 1,000 and 100. 100, it's, 2 zeros, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, yeah, yeah. I mean, 10, 100. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the millionaires, the people who receive a lot of money, and the companies who earn a lot of money. I do think they should pay more taxes because, I mean, if they receive more, they spend more, they should pay more, everything. It's not fair for us to pay the same proportion when we don't even have the minimum to survive. We don't even have a little bit of what they have. We don't even have the basic. So why are we paying so expensive taxes? That doesn't make sense for me still nowadays. My answer is yes. And what is yours?
about this question, I think maybe it could be a good idea, but I think maybe in a lot of country it doesn't work. I think because like Brazil, I think Brazil collect a lot of tax, but we we don't see the things improve, you know. We don't have a good hospital, we don't have a good school, a lot of times we don't have a good college, you know. The public employees a lot of time don't get a good salary. So I think maybe if the rich from Brazil pay more tax, maybe no don't solve the problem, because the government don't know how to handle a lot of money, you know, because we they receive and collect a lot of money, but I I really don't see something improving here, you know. So I don't know if the people pay more tax, it could, you know, improve work. But maybe in other countries that have a good way to manage the things, it could work. But I think here in Brazil, I think it's not a good idea. While we don't solve this problem, you know, because we they really collect a lot of money from the people in general, and of course the poor people pay more because don't have a lot of money, so just uh, rest a little money for them, and it's very bad. But you know, I can't see the things improving here about college, about school. My college, for example, I think every semester some public employee do, I don't know this word in English, but stop to work because are not giving the fair salary, you know. So this is a very problem here, and you know, I think just getting more money from the rich maybe not solve the problem, because the problem is other problem, you know, it's not this problem. I think maybe the government needs, you know, improve this manage better the money, something like that.
Yeah, that's right. We should first learn how to manage money and how to fix inequalities before we have the resources to fix. We should know how to do it, right? Because
Yeah.
if we don't know how, it doesn't matter if we have all the resources. We don't know how to solve the problem. So that makes a lot of sense, Julian. And you said already question number nine, you know, the arguments for and against. I think your answer was really great. Let's go to number 10. Do you think the ultra-rich in Brazil have too much power and influence over politics and society? I do think, especially when we talk about being in big industries like the agribusiness sector, they have so much power in the politicians' decisions, and even in small businesses and in small decisions that people in cities do, they influence so many ways. The production of things, the price of the things, they just, I mean, they control food, I know, and a lot of technology, a lot of energy as well. But they do have the ultra rich people. And when I say ultra rich, it's about what you said, Julian. It's not just about having money, it's about having power because we have rich people in our country who, you know, we don't give a shit about them. If they say something, we don't care. But we do have the ones that if they say something, everyone keeps, you know, attention. Everyone listen to that person. So I do
Yes.
think we have some group of people in Brazil that have that influence over politics, over how we command the country and we do our things, we make decisions in general. Do you disagree, agree?
Yes, I agree with you. I think they're really ultra rich in general, have a lot of powers, you know, because when you're talking about ultra rich guys, I, I think the most of them have companies in general, so they control the society, because their companies employ the peoples, so they have a control and depends on the something like, oh, now we're gonna do it in politics, so they can, decrease the number of job position or improve the number of job positions. So I think they have a big control, you know because the government, uh, they don't create a new job position, for example, but they control the environment to other companies make this job position to hire the people. So I think he have a big connection between everybody, like ultra rich guys, government, politics, and blah, blah, blah. It's very interesting.
Yeah, yeah, that's sad. 11. In a more equal society, would there even be need for bunkers and private security? Um, I think in an equal society, people wouldn't steal things a lot. I think in each scenario, people would do bad things. But if we were equal to each other somehow, I don't think we should have the need to steal something or to try to change the system or to involve in bad things in order to achieve more money. But I don't know if the society was equal, maybe people would be consuming more things and the world was end, faster because we have so many people consuming more things and, the nature is dying because we're building more houses, we are destroying more nature, we are opening new companies, we are using more resources of the environment. So I really don't know if there would be a need, or maybe there would be more of this need for bunkers. Do you have an answer?
I was thinking here, and it's very hard, but I think if the society was more equal, maybe keeping having problem in general, because I think the people in general, is a little strange because we like to fight sometimes without a reason, sometimes we are, argument or fighting to other one, just because we want a lot of time, so I think be equal, maybe keep having the same problems, not the same problem, but can be wars, can have wars in general, things like that, because is the I don't know, I was thinking about, for example, atomic bomb, we I think we don't need it to have something like that, the countries in general, but they have it because they want to protect themselves, something like that, so this is our really nature, I think even being equal society, always there are a lot of problems, like like that fight, war, because it looks like we really like to war, a lot of times.
Yeah, that's right. That's really sad. We're building atomic bombs while we should care about other things. But even though there's no need for atomic bombs, maybe now we have changed our mind because there is war happening and it's so explicit, like a country attacking another one with bombs, with everything related to war. And I just don't know if we really don't need atomic bombs. Maybe we need, I mean, not in the sense of we, me, and Brazil, but I mean, some countries are scared right now, and they might think about atomic bombs nowadays because there are being attacks over, countries around the world. I mean, there is the specific ones, but who knows what could
talk,
happen to us?
talk about atomic bomb. It's always very interesting because have atomic bomb. It's a way to protect themselves, to countries in general protect themselves. But we never know, if someone is crazy and can just, throw the
And
atomic
there are
bomb
crazy
without,
people.
yes, so it's very interesting because we think, oh, sometimes it's important have something like that to protect to against the other country. But if someone crazy just threw the atomic bomb, this is a very, very dangerous, So
Yeah,
it's very
like,
strange.
yeah, exactly. So I think we have answered question number 12, but I just want to, I think now we're ready to say goodbye to this session. But I want to say thank you, Juliana, for you to coming in here and for speaking and for, just engaging in the topic. I think you did very great. And I hope to have you here again in the next week and then in the other immersions, okay?
Of course, thank you a lot for this immersion. I think it was a good subject, very deep subject, and I could think a lot to answer because it's hard, but it was very interesting. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's the goal of my immersion, I think in general. It's maybe we can forget about English, but not in the sense that I know we're here to study. But if we put in our mind that we are trying to enter something or trying to somehow understand something, we forget about English and we do things more openly, I guess. We're more engaged in talking and not just in talking in English, which means basically we're doing things in natural. We're talking
Yeah,
like on debate and not a debate in English. We avoid thinking about English all the time, even though we are studying, but I think that's
yeah,
my goal in here. So thank you,
yes.
Juliano, and have a great night.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.